Guess who's in the hospital again? Dang. Turn down this TV. So, oh, you could see the tape on my forehead. I had surgery last night because my appendix was getting ready to rupture. So it had nothing to do with my gastric bypass. Well, kind of. I think it kind of does. But I had done research before, and it does say that sometime in the next couple of years after your gastric bypass, you either end up losing your gallbladder or your appendix. So that's why some doctors take it out during your gastric bypass surgery, but my doctor chose not to do that. So here I am, 2 and a couple months out, and I get appendicitis. I'm safe though. Everything went well. I don't know when I'm going to be discharged, but I'm lucky. I was being really stubborn and trying to ignore the pain because I thought it was like me dumping or something, but it felt so different that I felt like I needed to come to the hospital. So sure enough, I called my doctor and he said, yep, meet me at the ER. So I'm back home. It's what is today? Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday. I went to the hospital on Monday. I was released on Tuesday. And I just wanted to make this short video. My recovery time is supposed to be 2 weeks, depending on how I feel. It's supposed to be maybe a week. I don't know, but I'm going to probably take the full 2 weeks. Just the fact that this happened really is weird because I know that during my research, sorry, I feel really uncomfortable. During my research with gastric bypass, I knew that eventually maybe your gallbladder would be coming out or your appendix would be coming out. And I asked my doctor if maybe we should go ahead and do all that so that we don't have to go through this. And he said if the organ is not bad, then he was not going to take it out. So that's fine. That was his choice. I trust my doctor. But here I am 2 years and a couple months out and this happened. Why did it happen? I have no idea. Could it have been because of the gastric bypass? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't ask my doctor. He just told me, my surgeon, this last one. I forgot his name. He's Dr. Solomon's partner because my doctor was really busy with a couple surgeries that day. So he was unable to do the surgery for me, which is fine. I trust that hospital. But just the way that it all went down, I guess, it's kind of my fault. I was waiting. I don't know. I was trying to ignore the pain, and I had been in pain since Saturday. And not like permanent pain, but just having trouble eating, having trouble going to the bathroom, which is, I guess, classic signs of an appendicitis is, vomiting, fever, I guess having trouble with your bowel movements, having an upset stomach, stuff like that. Of course, pain on your side, but I didn't associate that with, my gastric bypass. I thought I had a blockage or something. I thought I had something wrong with my pouch. So I kept ignoring it. I kept thinking that I was dumping, and then when Monday came along, it was permanent. The pain was there to stay. It was not going away. From like 7 in the morning to like when I couldn't stand it anymore around 4:30 is when I told Ron to take me back to the hospital and let's get it done and see what's going on. And from the minute that I got to Torrance Memorial, I had a better experience there than the first hospital that I went to because I went to 2. I went to West Anaheim Medical Center, which had a long-ass wait time. I was there for 3 hours and didn't get seen. I finally left because I was like in pain and kind of annoyed, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll feel better if I go home and lay down. So I laid down at home for like 3 hours, and then at 4:30 I was like, forget this. I called my doctor. He told me to come to the ER, and I had Ron drive me to Torrance, from Buena Park to Torrance, and that took about an hour. Then after that, I got my diagnosis. They did like a CAT scan, they did blood work, and they were like 95% sure that it was my appendix. And that came as a shock to me because I was for sure it was my pouch, but they're like, no, it was your appendix and it needs to come out. And my options are, of course, to ignore it, or to, of course, they wanted me to take it out, and that they were 95% sure that that's what it was. All the tests pointed to that, all the symptoms pointed to that, but they never like to say it's 100% sure, which kind of made me a little bit nervous, but I'm like, forget it. I mean, if this is going to make the pain go away, then fine. So Ron wasn't there with me. I had sent him home because I didn't get my diagnosis until like 8 o'clock. And that's around Artemis's bedtime, and I wanted someone to be home with him, either me or Ron, to go through his bedtime routine with him. So I sent him home, so I was by myself, and I'm fine with that. I'm an independent woman, I'm fine. And I made the decision to go ahead and give them my consent to go ahead and take it out. Luckily, I was able to do this laparoscopically, so the healing time is a lot less, as in time-wise, than if it were an open surgery. It's supposed to be 2 weeks. If it was an open surgery, I would have a mean-ass scar, and it would have been like 3 or 4 weeks recovery. And then it also depended on how inflamed it was, and it was inflamed, but it had not ruptured yet. So I was lucky to, even as stubborn as I was being, to have made it to the hospital in time to get this taken care of. And today is my 3rd day off, I guess. I feel really sore. I'm on pain meds. It's hard to sleep. It reminds me so much of my gastric bypass because the goal right now is to walk around, pass gas, try to poop, try to take in as much liquids as I can, and I'm doing an all liquid diet, kind of like a pureed diet. It's like the second or the first phase of after having gastric bypass. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to stick to that. So far, I've been able to keep everything down. The only solids that I have had is crackers. I'm trying to play it safe because I really don't want to end up back in the hospital. I need to recover, and it's more pressing for me to recover now than it was back then because I have a son and I have to work. So I know that I can be pretty stubborn and I can be pretty terrible when it comes to relaxing. So I'm trying to keep it together, and I'm trying to not let little things bother me. And I'm trying to actually take this time to really heal completely because I've put my body through hell. And I'm hoping that this is going to be the last complication and the first and the last complication I have. Because I'm pretty sure this has to do with my gastric bypass. I'm pretty sure, like, even though they didn't say that it caused it, I read a lot about it happening 2 years out. And I'm at that mark, so my only advice to all of you guys is don't ignore that pain. It felt like dumping, but on another level. It would not go away. I had trouble eating. When I would even drinking water made me throw up or gag or nauseous. I had a lot of gas. I had trouble going to the bathroom, and I mean like pooping, not peeing. And on that last day, on that Monday, it was just a searing pain that was so annoying. It wasn't like unbearable, but it was so irritating, like nonstop, continuous, like aching. Like it felt like my stomach was like a balloon. It felt like it was stretching out. It felt like my pouch was gonna burst. I don't know. It just felt so uncomfortable that I was like, this is serious. This is something that I need to take care of. So I finally went to the doctor, and that's all that happened. But I'm recovering now, and hopefully I will make a speedy recovery. I'll try to make a video like in another couple of days to see how I feel, and hopefully I will feel a lot better than I feel right now. But for all you guys that follow me on Facebook and were, wishing me well, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next week.